In this video, we're going to be covering step 1 of the 10-step $0 client acquisition model. Now, in this training, we're going to be covering the business model that made half my salary in a single month. Now, if you want access to this full document along with all 10 trainings, whoop, I'm in the wrong screen here. All 10 of these trainings, there we go. All you have to do is go to my Facebook, is facebook.com/Alec J. Roy. I will link it below. And all you have to do is check the pinned post. It is super easy. I don't need your name. I don't need your phone number. I don't need your email address. I don't need you to pay. You don't have to sacrifice your firstborn child. It is so painless, 100% free. Now, in this training, we are going to understand this model. We're going to look at the 10-step model, and that's going to help you understand how I doubled my income in less than 2 hours a day over the course of 5 months using a software known as High Level, which you do not have to use this software, as you'll see, but that was a software that I ended up going with. Now, here is a screenshot of my financials. As always, or if you did not know, rather, you can fake screenshots on Stripe. So that's why I wanted to include this, but you can see here, $21,104.10. That was half of the last salary position that I had. So I was pretty happy this month. And here are some screenshots. So you can't really fake screenshots. Maybe I could, maybe I did. That's why I included a client interview. And this is one of my favorite student stories where I was working with someone from Pakistan. We got him to $4,500 a month. He moved to the Northeast United States, and now he's actually making closer to $8,700 a month in about 5 months. So I haven't done that interview yet. When I do it, I'll link it here, and then you can watch the updates, and I'll keep this one here too, so you can check the timestamps on it. Now, we have other students as well. So this was my friend Ismail. We've also got someone named Kevin. He was a science teacher, joined the group at around $6,300 a month. Now he's about to hit 10K. We had Tim, who hit $7,200 in 2 months. We have Shelby and Simon. They hit 10K in their first month of working with me. We've got Ashley, who hit $8,300 her first month of working with me. So I'm saying this to say it works. Now, are those the results of everybody in the space? No, because some people join and they do absolutely nothing with their time. And, different people have different offers, have different processes. So I'm not saying that's the expected result everyone should have. I'm just saying that this model works for anyone, or can work for anyone rather. And it's ideal for people who own a digital agency in the marketing, operations, or web design space. By the way, if for these testimonials, they're a little small. If you just check my Instagram, same handle at Alec J. Roy, there's a highlighted group of stories where you can click through. It's a highlight, right? It's got a bunch of stories of client interviews and testimonials. You can click through it and you can see all the results. There's way more than that, right? Now, to save you time, I want to make sure you guys understand who this is not for. So if this is you, I'm trying to save you time, right? So if you want to sell products, I can't help you. I don't work with people who sell products. We work with local marketing and automation agencies. So go ahead and head out. If you change your mind more than you change outfits, I don't deal with shiny object syndrome. I have a goal in mind. I attack that goal with violence of action. If that's you, go ahead and head out. If you are lazy, if you're so afraid of failure that you let it paralyze you, if you are undisciplined, I can't help you. I don't want to work with people who need a little bit of personal development. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't offer that. So go ahead and head out. If you think you know everything, even though you're barely making any money, I can't help you. Go ahead and head out. And if you just absolutely refuse to use Google and YouTube to learn how to do things that you don't know how to do, if you're not resourceful at all, go ahead and head out. Now, I'm going to show you what to do, but I can't actually make you do it, right? So I can lead you to water, but if I try to help you drink it, all I'm going to do is end up drowning you, right? So if you need someone to come behind you and make sure that you follow this process, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to be your mommy. I'm not going to be your daddy. I want to work with people who want to succeed instead of people who have zero drive, okay? So that being said, if you're still around, great, let's move forward. Now, we want to reverse engineer success, or at least what I did when I was starting is I wanted to reverse engineer success to figure out the path, because there was so much information online that I just didn't know where to go. That's why this is a 10-step series and not just a video with, like a fart in the wind, right? Now, like you, my goal is to make as much money as possible without working long hours until I turn 65 to retire and maybe enjoy 5 to 10 years of freedom if I'm lucky. Now, let me clarify, because there's like a whole red pill community. Let me clarify, there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Absolutely not. And for most of you, that's probably the safest, most secure route to go for your financial freedom, because you need that structure and it's just much easier. For me, I want to work my own hours. I want to try to make my own money. I want to do it at my own pace. So I'm not downplaying having a job. I'm just saying for most people, that is the better route to go. So starting out, when I realized this was my goal, I wanted to map out the simplest path with the least amount of resistance that allowed me to maximize my income. That's when I found SaaS, or rather reselling SaaS as a white label using a tool called High Level. And we'll get into that in just a second, but essentially it's an all-in-one marketing tool. Now, SaaS is basically selling software as a service. The reason I say selling or reselling SaaS rather is because if you're using a tool like High Level, if you're white labeling a tool, you're not doing true SaaS, you're reselling SaaS. So it's very, very different. Now, at the end of the day, the SaaS part doesn't really matter. It's the monthly subscription pricing model that I loved and I thought was just absolutely insane. I'm going to cover that. So imagine, because before this, I was doing high ticket sales, right? So imagine instead of trying to close high ticket clients at like 5 to 10K a piece, I could sign them on for just $97, $297, $497, $997 a month. And this would allow clients a lower ticket price to join. And then I would make more money in the long run if I keep them, of course, right? So if I'm got somebody paying $497 a month or $997 a month and they stay for 10 months, I've made more than the 5K client who I got one payment from, no case studies, no real relationship with, no upsell potential, right? Imagine only having to find a certain number of clients and focus on keeping them happy as opposed to having to find new clients every single month to make money. So let's look at those two side by side, right? If you don't use a subscription pricing model and you want to hit 100K a year, because that's like everybody's buzzword, right? You have to sell 100 clients at 1K a piece. On the other hand, if you use a subscription model to get to 100K a year, then you only need 86 clients paying you $97 a month. And this is not including upsells. And notice I've chosen the lowest high ticket I could think of and the lowest high level price that I could find that you can sell legally within their terms and conditions, right? And I'll ask you, what is easier? Selling $1,000 products to 100 people or selling $97 packages per month to 86 people, right? In my opinion, the answer was really clear, right? Whether you agree with me or not, this was just my perspective at the time. Now, here's the catch. As I mentioned before, reselling SaaS isn't true SaaS. And people talk about this all the time. If you go on TikTok and look it up, if you go on YouTube and look it up, the problem with High Level, everybody will say it's not true SaaS. You're just reselling it. You're putting your logo on it, but it's not true SaaS. So you have no barrier to entry. You can't sell it off at the end of the day. Yada, yada, yada. This is all the complaints they had, right? So when you build your own software, you are creating a digital product known as software. It is a digital product, right? So you're selling a product, not a service. That's going to be key, right? Remember, I said I don't work with people who sell products. When you resell SaaS by slapping your logo on a product, then you're basically selling someone else's software, but now you're not the only one doing it because anybody can do it. The barrier to entry is so low that you lose any competitive advantage or any competitive edge. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we go to gohighlevel.com, and here's my link, right, by the way, I've got a 30-day link. But if we go to High Level, here's what you're going to see. If I click this button right here, bam, that's your barrier to entry. There's no barrier to entry. I can opt in super quick, and then I can just start selling. There's no barrier to entry. So reselling SaaS is not true SaaS. There's zero barrier to entry. Barrier to entry basically refers to how easy it is or how difficult it is for other people to become your competition, how easy it is for someone to join. Anybody can join. Look how fast I just did that, right? That's where SWAS comes into play, okay? This is not something I created, but this is a term that a lot of people within, especially the high level space, they really get mad if you say SWAS. They go, SWAS isn't a real thing. Okay. So how do we resell software while adding a barrier to entry to reduce competition and reduce churn at the same exact time? SWAS. What is SWAS? It is software with a service. So it is not software as a subscription. It is software with a service, okay? So instead of just saying, here's the software, good luck, which is what a lot of high-level people do, especially the ones that go, I have no clients. I've been doing this for months and I have no clients. How are you selling it? Well, I'm selling it as a product, as my own product, but it's not your own product. And you're saying, here you go, good luck with it, right? And what happens is they are losing clients. I've spoken to, and you can fact check me on this. You can go ask them yourselves. I've spoken to the people who work with affiliates at High Level. I've spoken to the support teams at Extendly, HL Pros, and I asked them the same question. What do you see as the big difference between agencies that do well and agencies that don't do well? And you know what they all told me? The ones that do well do the setup for their clients. They handle parts of the work for their clients. They offer a service with it. Oh, SWAS. So again, this is not, you're going to see this as a recurring theme. This is not, my name's Alec and I'm a genius who came up with this. No, this is, I wanted to figure out how to do this. I'm lazy. So I looked at what people were doing that went well. And I looked and I spoke with the people who saw what the most successful people were doing, and I recreated it. That's it. And I want you to do the same, by the way, with what I teach you. Take what I'm teaching you and make it your own and do it better than me, please. So instead of saying, here's a software, best of luck to you, we offer to set the whole thing up and even run it for them. This allows you to, number one, charge a high setup fee. That's your high ticket product. Charge a monthly premium. There's your subscription model. And it's going to reduce churn with custom done for you builds and support. So now imagine up above, I said, one or the other, right? One right here, one or the other. Now imagine charging a client setup fee to build custom setup, a custom build where you're going to have their website, high level, maybe a niche specific software like Jobber or the Knot. You're going to integrate it all together. You're going to have automations. You connect them to Slack as well, maybe a project management tool like ClickUp, right? So you have a custom setup. Then you're charging a back end retainer, plus you can upsell them. And I'm going to show you how to do all this. Plus you can upsell them into higher monthly packages like traffic generation methods. So SEO, paid ads, content creation, business development, whatever else. And you can do this without actually doing any of the fulfillment. Hang on, because this is where a lot of people are like, whoa, wait a minute, without doing the fulfillment itself. If you're tech savvy, 100% do it yourself, it's going to be easier. It's going to be free at least, not easier. So how do we do that? Well, how do we actually have these offers and not have to worry about the fulfillment themselves? So to do that, we need to do it the right way following a proven process. This is the process that I created. I'm not the only one who's done something like this, so I'm not saying it's mine, no one else did it, but this is the process in the way that I did it, looking at other people in the space and making my own, okay? So this is exactly what I'm going to be showing you in this course. Now, before we cover the course or training itinerary and topics, I want to clear up a few things. You don't need to master the software. This is how we do it without doing the fulfillment itself. You do not need to master the software. So to ensure that I don't get sucked back into a 9-to-5, I use my college degree to basically leverage drop servicing. So I'm going to use project management techniques and drop servicing to automate the entire process. What is drop servicing? Drop servicing is where you basically don't do the fulfillment. You find somebody who can do it for you. You have them fulfill, and then you charge a premium. So they become part of your team. Let's say they charge you $200. You charge somebody $1,000. You keep the difference and make sure that your guy actually does the work. And if you're thinking it's too good to be true, no, it's not, because this is what everybody does. This is what everybody does. Look at every support call center in the world. What do? They outsource it to call centers, or they outsource it overseas. When people build these things, you don't have to do it. I'll show you right now how we can do it. You're going to go to Fiverr. What do you want to build? So we can come here and we can go in here, and let's say you want to have somebody do high-level setup for you. Oh, high-level setup. And you can have these guys do the work for you. You can manage them all through this software or through Fiverr. And you can just basically say, okay, cool. He's going to build this high-level membership, or maybe let's see high-level sales funnel calendar automation. Cool. And this guy can do it for 180, and I can turn around and charge triple that. How can I charge triple that? I'll show you how we do that in the sales portion. But that's exactly what we're doing. And it is truly that simple. The reason we're able to do that is because you are now using project management techniques to manage all the moving parts. Just like an event planner. Think about a wedding event planner. That person manages all the moving parts. Could you do it yourself? Sure. But do you know what to do, how to do it quickly, how to make sure it all integrates and works smoothly? Probably not. That's going to come with time. Don't worry, but I'm going to show you how to do that. And again, you're doing this without having to fulfill. If you have the tech skills, you can always fulfill, but at some point you do need to pull yourself out, in which case you are still managing other people. So that's where drop servicing comes into play. I did not come up with the term drop servicing. If you're familiar with drop shipping, drop servicing kind of took the name from that. So drop shipping is where someone else has the product, you sell the product, have an upsell, and keep the difference, right? Again, people do this all the time. Amazon does this. You think those products are all made by Amazon? No, they're sourcing them from overseas, from China, Thailand. iPhone doesn't even make their own iPhones, right? Apple doesn't make their own iPhones. They have a production facility, and then they put their logo on it, right? Now they have exclusive deals, and we can get into that later. But the fact of the matter is that this is not unique to me. This is not original. This is not a new concept. It is just now being shared in this course, okay? Now, to ensure I don't get sucked back into a 9-to-5, like I explained, even within my own business, this is how I structure my business to keep it running on autopilot. Number one, I use 0 W-2 employees. This is part of that drop shipping, or drop servicing rather. I only use contractors and service providers to reduce overhead and expenses. If you have people on payroll all the time, it doesn't matter where they live, you have certain legal requirements, legal obligations. If I just use contractors and people from Fiverr to do projects, one-off projects, then I have my overhead clear. I don't have any employment tax. I don't have any recurring employment charges to pay for salary, right? No salary payments. And I don't have any of the overhead that comes with that. So when you pay somebody, you also have to have unemployment insurance. You have to pay for benefits. You have to pay for time off. Maybe they sue you, right? I can remove all of that. Then what I do is I manage the contractors who do the work and I have them report to me daily. So I will basically say, okay, when you work with me for the duration of this project, you're going to check in with me when you start your day. You're going to check out with me when you end your day. I don't care if you work 10 hours. I don't care if you work 1 hour. I just need clear communication. That's one of my biggest pet peeves because I need communication in a remote workspace. Then what I do is I schedule everything in ClickUp and I basically assign them to my ClickUp and I monitor the quality assurance as work is completed. And if I need to, I can cut bait as needed. So let's say the economy takes a hit. I'm not responsible for all these people because it was just a project by project basis. On the other hand, those workers are not tied to me, so they can work with as many people as they want, just as I can work with as many contractors as I want. So it is a win-win. Next, standard operating procedures, SOPs, and scope of control. As we go, and I teach you exactly how to do this in step 10, you want to create a documented process that you can improve over time that contractors can refer to, which allows them to understand what you want them to do. So for example, if I want to have somebody build a website for me, a really easy way to do that is to find a website I like, show them, say, hey, can you use this as inspiration, right? And there's certain things I want them to do properly. So when they check in with me, I want them to check in. I want them to send me reports a certain way. At the end of the day, I like when they send me a Loom video of just what they did so I can understand it. So my SOP would be, hey, when you check in, send me a message, let me know what you're working on. When you have questions, hit me up, use this platform, Slack, WhatsApp. When you end the day, the last 10 minutes of your day, please record a Loom video showing me what you did and send it to me. There you go. So that would be a little SOP for your daily schedule, right? And I like to create them in Google Docs, just like I have in this. And then I link the doc. So I'll take the doc, copy the share button, put it in ClickUp with the task, and then bam, it's right there. It's all connected. You could also create it in ClickUp, but I like creating it in Google Docs so I can share it a little bit easier. Either way works. That's just me being picky. I like to manage about 3 to 5 people because that's just the scope of control. If you were ever in the military, if you've ever been a manager, you know you can hire and manage about 3 to 5 people under per person. So as your team grows, you need to hire and promote people, right? So as your team grows, hire managers or promote people into management positions that you think did a good job. Keep the scope of control in check and create ownership to inspire work ethic. This is leadership 101. You want to create ownership. The way you create ownership is by letting them know, hey, I want to hear your ideas. If you have a good idea, hey, let's try it out. And then give them credit, give them a bonus, give them a little a tip, right? Which you can do all this through Fiverr. So this is how I'm able to, again, keep myself from doing the work. So not only am I not hiring W-2 people, which protects me and my overhead, I'm also standardizing everything, handling a scope of control that's easily manageable, and I'm making sure that I give them ownership, which helps me out because now they're going above and beyond. Next is stakeholder management. This is where you want to create documents or folders for each client that allows your team to learn about them without having you to, or without forcing you to basically re-explain everything. So you basically would notate, you can do this all within high level, by the way, which we'll get into, but you can essentially notate everything you want to do. And this is saved under the client contact section. So within the contacts, you can add notes, you can update everything. I like to take those notes and put them in ClickUp as well, or you can put them in a Google Doc. But the idea is that you're documenting everything. So when you have somebody come onto the project, you don't have to say, oh, this is everything we're doing. You can just give them your notes, right? It's very, very easy. Then what I like to do is I like to link them, like I just said, in ClickUp so that way they can find them in a centralized location or give them access to the Google Doc folder. Next, I'm going to communicate with my clients every 2 to 4 weeks. This is really, really important. What I want to do is I want to do positive and negative pulse checks. So every 2 to 4 weeks, I'm basically saying, hey, what do you like? What do you dislike? And the idea is that I'm gathering feedback, I'm gathering case studies, and if there's room for it or potential for it, I can then try to do an upsell, right? As you're going, you want to templatize everything. This is going to be key to you pulling yourself out of your business. So you create templates and processes that allow you to approach things using a specific process that you can improve over time. We cover this in step 10. You can't improve what you can't measure or don't measure, and you can't measure what doesn't have a process. So templatize, standardize everything. And the final piece is violence of action. Anytime my clients need something new or custom from me, I just bring in experts and add a markup. That's the drop servicing part. This means that while you're busy catching up on knowledge, so let's say you're not doing this, you're busy trying to catch up. How do I do that? You're stuck trying to migrate a website from high level to WordPress. You're stuck trying to figure out some tech issue that you can't figure out. What I'm doing is I'm just bringing in experts to do a better, faster job. My time is now free to where I can step in and help them, or I can focus on getting more clients or keeping my clients happy. I can focus on cash producing activities while you're busy trying to figure out how to solve the problem. And I have more time and bandwidth to step in when someone needs something. Software. Let's look at the software that I use to make this happen. And no, let me clarify, you do not need to use the same software. I've been mentioning high level. If you don't like high level, don't use high level. Makes no difference to me. The process works regardless of the software that we're using. Now, as I mentioned, to start, I do use high level, and I want to explain why I use it. That way you can say either A, I want to use it, or B, I want to use an alternative, but make sure that the alternative satisfies these requirements, okay? Again, use whatever software you want. High level is a special type of software that helps businesses like yours. It has a lot of features to make your job so much easier. So first, let's talk about what high level is. Basically, it's an all-in-one platform for marketing and selling your services and your clients' services. So you can essentially manage your business and your client's business. So let me go to the high level website. You guys can take a look around. There's a little video here and you can see all the things they help you do. But my favorite part is this illustration down here where it shows all the tools that it's helping replace for a flat rate. So you can see it replaces all of this stuff. And my absolute favorite thing about high level, this is something I do with any software. When I look for a software, I look for a few main key points. I want to make sure that the software is being updated regularly. I want to make sure that the team of the software is interacting with their community. And I want to make sure that there's enough resources around that community. High level has their help resources, which I have linked in the training. They have a lot of YouTube content. They have a phenomenal Facebook group where the CEO himself is engaging. And they are updating non-freaking stop. I love it. They just added automations that replace ManyChat, right? And they're not even done yet. By the time this video is like a year old, I can only imagine how much more advanced it's going to be, right? So that is why I like it. Basically allows me to do a lot of things in one place instead of using a bunch of different tools with no increase in my rate, right? So some of the things that you can do with high level, they include managing your customers, your leads in a CRM, which is a client retention model if you don't know, automatically sending emails, text messages to your customers using automations, building sales funnels and landing pages and websites without needing multiple different software. You can create your own chatbots and text messages to talk to your customers, and you can see reports. You can track data that helps you make better business decisions. Here is why it's so great, because this is not unique to high level alone, but here's why it's so great. It keeps everything in one place, so I don't have to jump between. And when you're training your client, they don't have to jump between different platforms. It saves you time because you can automate repetitive tasks in that one location for no extra rate. Now, you have premium automations that cost, I think it's like 0.004 cents or 0.0004 cents an automation, but for the majority, all but 4 automations are completely free, and there's several automations. It helps give you your customers, or helps you give your customers a better experience because you can personalize how you speak to them. So you can have custom fields. Again, none of this is specifically unique to high level, but the fact that it's all together is what I really like about it. And I'm going to give you the big piece in just a second. You can then use the data and reports to figure out what's working best in your business. Now, high level is different from other marketing and sales platforms because yes, it's an all-in-one solution. There's some other competitors, but you don't have to buy a bunch of programs, which I like. It's easy to use. Even if you're not a tech expert, high level can help all kinds of businesses from small to large ones and even marketing agencies. So it's specifically a CRM for marketing agencies or for marketing in general, but I've seen all kinds of people use it. I've seen lawn care businesses use it. I've seen plumbers use it. I've seen lawyers use it. I've seen marketing agencies use it. I've seen SaaS agencies that are just reselling it use it. I've seen so many different people use it. Now, why does high level get a lot of hate? And I have seen a lot of hate. Actually, when I first found high level, I was using Zoho and I was like, I don't want to use it because I just saw all this negative reputation. Let me explain. High level gets hate because of some of the scam affiliates who promote it. Now, I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to get kicked out of the affiliate program, but I'll describe this. If there's a name that pops up, it's not going to be me who said it. Scam affiliates are people who promote a product that they do not use by selling a dream they themselves have never achieved. So they'll tell you, here's how to do it. And here's, oh, you can make so much money with high level. You can do this, right? This is why I showed you my personal stripe in the very beginning. This is why I showed you people saying, hey, this stuff works. Because I'm not selling something that I think could work. I'm not selling a hypothetical. I'm not selling a theoretical. I'm selling things and I'm trying to push something that I know actually works. And I'm even teaching it for free so you don't have to buy from me, right? They usually inflate their own results to create credibility. Then they provide the most underwhelming advice ever. So they're going to make great content. They're going to inflate results. They're going to inflate expectations. They're going to take results and say, wow, I made so much money from it. And they're going to do all this stuff. They're going to fake their Stripe screenshots, right? That's why I said you could fake them. Don't trust me. That's why I have this whole free course out. Don't trust me. Maybe I did fake it. Watch the course. Make sure it actually aligns with what you want to learn. But they basically will inflate these things. Then they provide really underwhelming advice. So you hop in, you use their link and you're like, oh, I'm going to get all this help. I'm going to get this free course. And it's basically like, wait a minute, I'm spending all this money to get no help from this person, but now they're getting lifetime payments from me, right? They are 10 out of 10 excellent at getting you to waste your money so they can profit. So this is why high level gets a lot of hate. This is also why I'm giving out this content for free. Why am I doing this content for free? Because I want to get so many eyeballs on this business, on my business, that two things happen. One, you either get helpful advice and you think, this helped me out. Maybe I want to work with Alec in a one-on-one setting. Maybe I want to join his membership and I want to learn from him in a group setting. Or two, you go, wow, this really helped me, but I never want to pay Alec because this is all I needed. Great. YouTube will pay me. You get the content for free. All you got to do is skip an ad. And there you go. It's a win-win-win. And if you hate having to wait through an ad and you're really mad that you got to click skip ad and you're angry at me, let me know whereabouts regionally you live. I will send you a list of therapists and they can help you out with that. Now, in reality, the reason that high level is really doing well and what really brought me over to high level is the fact that high level is quickly overtaking ClickFunnels as a result of their incredible team and functionality across the board. High level focuses on providing an impressive suite of tools and leaves the marketing to the affiliates and some scam affiliates, which I think is a genius move from there. And so basically what they do is they go, hey, we create this really, really, really great platform and this product. And then you guys, because it's a marketing CRM, you guys can use it to sell it as affiliates, which is something I do, or you can use it to actually get clients, right? So it is a really, really cool program, a really, really cool move on their end. I think it's a smart move, right? Now, why do I use high level? Simple. This is the kicker. Are you ready? I pay a flat rate. So me, my students, I pay a flat rate, $297 a month. I'm on the $497 a month, but you can pay $297 or $497 a month for unlimited clients. Let's let that sink in. Unlimited clients. Do you understand how unheard of that is? So most business models, they require additional costs to fulfill each new client. So every time you get someone hosting on their website, every time you have a new Elementor client, every time you have a new client on Zoho One, every time you have a new client using Calendly, every time you have a new person, even a new person in Slack, a new person on ClickUp, you're paying per person. With high level, one flat rate, you do not pay per person whatsoever. I don't care how many users, how many clients, nothing. One flat rate. So if I have 5 clients or 5,000 clients, I am paying no more, or at least me, I'm paying no more than $497 a month. You can even come in at $97 a month, which is the plan I recommend. Come in at $97 a month. Start on the cheapest plan. Some of the scam fields will tell you, oh, give me as much money as possible. No. Start on the cheapest plan, $97 a month. Get your first 2 clients. So you get 3 spaces, 1 for your business, 2 for clients. Get 2 clients paying you $297 to $997 a month. Then you upgrade to your unlimited clients. And now the business is help paid for itself. And you don't have to fork up $500 a month like some people try to tell you. Now, some other tools, because high level, as great as it is, it's not the end all be all. I don't try to sell high level. I try to sell the solution, which I show you how to do. High level, because of the angle I take, becomes the cornerstone of the solution, right? So besides high level, I'm using CapCut to edit free content. So if your budget is low, CapCut is free. DaVinci is free. It's a little more complicated. That's okay. CapCut is really nice. I use Descript because it's a video editor and a screen recorder. I'm also using OBS to record this, which is free. It's a little complicated, but it's free. You can look up on YouTube. It's super easy. Then I use ClickUp to manage my teams and my projects. Plus, these can house your SOPs, or Google Drive can house your SOPs. Either one. Again, I use it for free. In Sales University, I teach you how to use it for free, so you never have to use a paid plan. Then again, like I said, Google Drive to house documents. Slack can communicate with teams. You can also communicate using WhatsApp with VAs, which is free. You can communicate with a watered down version of Slack in ClickUp, which is free, or you can just use Slack, which is nice because you can get automations that give you notifications through there through one central communication platform for your internal team management, right? Then I'll use a niche specific platform like Jobber, ServiceTitan, The Knot, whoever you're working with, which you'll see I'm going to recommend local service-based businesses. That is the #1 go-to. That is going to be the easiest one in my opinion. That's going to be what I'm kind of focusing on in this course, but you can integrate high level with Jobber and you can do it directly. They have open API, or you can use something like Zapier. Zapier will integrate a lead connector with Jobber. Pretty cost friendly. There's cheaper alternatives like NAN, IFTTT, even Integromat, which is called Make, right? Or you can do your own custom automations and workflows within the open API that high level lets you use. So really, really cool stuff. For equipment, I started using a Chromebook, I'm talking about like a $200 Chromebook and my iPhone at the time. As money came in, I very quickly upgraded to a MacBook. I added some videography equipment. So I'm recording on a Panasonic G7 that I got when I got out of the military. Not the nicest, but does the trick. And then I had a friend of mine tell me to get this Shure microphone, a Focusrite. I think it's like a Cloud for the audio. And then I have the necessary cables and everything So I basically upgraded as I went. I'm saying that to say, start cheap. Start with whatever you have and your phone. You can use the back camera where you can set up the camera on top of the computer and it can record for you. But you don't need to splurge. A lot of people, they go, well, I want to spend money and get started. No, start as low cost as you can with what you have. That's why this course is free, to help you make money. So that way you think, what would it be like working with him? So let's cover the training itinerary for the 10-step $0 client acquisition course. So now that we know we want to use high level, or something that can do what high level does, which natively allows us to maximize the setup fee plus subscription model plus upsells, now we need to start finding clients, and we need to find something to offer them that's attractive enough to warrant bare minimum $97 a month. Bare minimum. What I recommend is, you'll see it in the offer training, I recommend no less than $297 a month, but you're going to want to get your foot in the door. I'll cover that in the future trainings. So I'm going to go way more in depth. Here's the full itinerary. In step 2, you're going to choose the most profitable niche for your agency. In step 3, you're going to learn exactly what local service-based businesses want to buy. In step 4, you're going to learn how to build and validate the perfect offer to attract local clients. In step 5, you're going to see the exact funnel layout and automations I use in my local marketing and automation agency. In step 6, you're going to learn how to optimize your social media so you can make content that converts leads for you. In step 7, you're going to learn how to reach out to potential clients without sounding like a loser. In step 8, you're going to learn how to close clients with a full 10-step closing script, a full script. I really don't know why I'm giving all this away for free. I do, but it's a lot. In step 9, you're going to learn how to turn client wins into case studies that attract more clients, and this is going to be niche specific, as you'll see. And in step 10, you'll learn how to refine your business operations until you make bank. This is a visual outline of the next couple of steps that we're going to cover, and it explains the step that we're going to, the order rather, that we need to go through. You have to have your niche first. The niche tells you what to offer them. Once we know what to offer them, we make our market claims. We test the market claims. Once we have found a claim that works, then we build our digital presence around it, and we go full send. I'm going to cover all of this in the next couple of trainings. Now, using this approach allows you to create a solution that you can easily package and simply market. Some people might tell you to not niche down. They either sell a certain feature of the software, which means they have zero competitive advantage or barrier to entry, or maybe they were first to market, or maybe they had a massive audience before they did it. Or one thing I've seen a lot of people do where they go like, oh, I got 300 SaaS members overnight. They had an audience size of like 500, 700,000. I see this all the time. It drives me up a wall in the official Hello group. They go, oh, I got 300 clients overnight. You go to their YouTube and it's like, well, hang on. You had 700,000 followers. Are you going to teach me how to do that? No. So in a post-COVID society, we cover this in the next training, but in a post-COVID society, you need to niche down. So if they're not niching down, they either have a massive audience, they're selling only one part of the software, and there's zero barrier to entry because they're usually first to market, which you'll never be at this point, or they're just borderline skim fillets who have never scaled a business in their life. Now, I am not saying, let me clarify, because I come in a little hot with some of these, okay? I am not saying that I'm the only person who can guide you through this. I'm simply saying stay away from people who tell you not to niche down whatsoever. In my opinion, it is a massive, massive red flag because, as you'll see, it's going to absolutely cripple your progress. Action items. At the end of every training, I'm going to give you action items. This one is very simple. One action item. Carve out time in your schedule to watch this free course. Hang on, bear with me. Because it's free, a ton of you are going to waste your time making it happen. Because I don't have a $10,000 price ticket on this, you're going to think, oh, it's free, I'll get to it when I get to it. You're not going to prioritize it. Me putting out for free, I know for a fact a lot of you are going to drop the ball. You're going to watch 2 minutes of a video and you're going to leave. Maybe you made it this far and this is the furthest you'll make in any video. That's perfectly fine. It's free content to help you scale your business. This is the same stuff that we use to take the clients I mentioned in the beginning of the video to the results we took them to. So if you are too easily distracted, I try to warn you up ahead of time, go ahead and head out. But so many people, they take regurgitated content they find online, they water it down to a tenth of value, and they slap a $6,000 ticket on it. And then at the end of that course, they're trying to upsell you into another one. This is free, people. Free. If you want this training along with the entire free course so you can read through it at your own pace, check the pinned post on my Facebook at Alec J. Roy. It will tell you exactly how to get it for 100% free. Now, if you're running your own agency, you're going to see, I'm going to read this call to action 100 times. I'm not going to do it in this one because it's the very beginning. But if you are running your own agency, I can help you get there faster. Now, this is only step 1 of a 10-step training, so I don't expect you to be like, oh, I'm all in. Please tell me you're not jumping in that quickly. Go through the course. As you go through the course, you're going to see what we're talking about. When you're ready, or if you're ready, I can help you get there significantly faster. And again, no pressure, because if you don't want to work with me, perfectly fine. I get my watch hours, I get my views, you get the content you want, completely free. Just click skip ad, right? If you want to do this faster, when you join me, again, don't join yet, but I'm just going to outline some of the things. We have a one-on-one 45 to 60 minute session, just me, just you, no interruptions. Then you get dropped into a group coaching environment. You're going to get access to the full process. This is a streamlined process. You get access to the full process. You get access to a ClickUp training. You get access to the full Say-So process. You get access to a local SEO course where we drop episodes monthly. You get access to a full agency snapshot. You get access to industry-specific snapshots that we're dropping monthly. We just put this together. 20 snapshots in the pipeline. Snapshots, by the way, are just templatized, plug-and-play versions of websites, funnels, automations, pipelines, all put together. Absolutely really cool. We have 2 90-minute group coaching calls a week, which usually almost always spill into 2, almost 3 hours. Every time I do it, my wife looks at me like she wants to kill me, and she's 100% right. And then we have vetted professionals and experts in the community. So we have subject matter experts that are virtual assistants for high level, for automations, and for local SEO. If you want to join, please don't join right now. Please don't join right now. Listen to me. Watch the course. Make sure it's your thing. If you want to join, I'll put a link here. It is 100% free as my high-level affiliate. I don't care what plan you're on. If we go over here, I do not care what plan you're on. It is 100% free. You can start a 30-day trial. Not everybody has that. You can start a 30-day trial, or you can upgrade to $297, upgrade to $497. But I will take you. You will get full access at the lowest, cheapest plan, which not a lot of people do. 100% free. Let's say you're like, hey, I'm not a fan of high level. I want to use something else. Perfectly fine. It's $97 a month. There's a link there at the bottom, and I will link it below. So if you have any questions, let me know, comment below. I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. However, I will see you in the next training where we are going to jump into the process and start building your business together. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.